And in the rubble of that bank, I saw the flag of the United States that had just recently flown at that fire station. So I walked across the street and I moved the bricks aside and I took that flag. And standing just over to the right of me were two of our first responders. And I went to them and handed it to them, and immediately those two men began to fold it with the most respect. They'd been up all night. They were tired. They were dirty. And they began to fold it as gently and as beautifully as I have ever seen.
Good evening to you. I'm Drew Gardner. It is now day 2 of the aftermath of the deadly tornadoes that killed dozens of people. Several parts of Kentucky are now trying to rebound from this devastation. The deadly storms ripped through cities, tearing down nearly everything in their path. Homes were shredded and cars tossed around just like toys. In Mayfield, people who were working when the storm hit now possibly buried underneath the rubble. Search and rescue efforts continue 40 hours after the state's deadliest tornado tore through parts of western Kentucky. And earlier this afternoon, Governor Andy Beshear gave an update from Mayfield along with the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security and other federal, state and local officials. WLKY's Mark Vanderhoff was there. He joins us live now from Mayfield with the latest. Mark, where exactly are you at right now?
Drew, I am in downtown Mayfield, and you can see some utility crews and cleanup efforts behind me. This is an area that was just demolished right after the tornado hit that candle factory where so many are presumed dead. And today, search and rescue efforts are really ramped up in the residential areas too. Those are efforts that will no doubt raise the death toll. The damage in multiple counties is so bad, a federal emergency has already been declared. There are no good numbers yet for the deaths, injuries, and those missing. This afternoon, Governor Andy Beshear was joined by U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas and FEMA Director Deanne Criswell, who promised the federal government's help. They toured the Mayfield Consumer Products Candle Factory, the most concentrated area of fatalities in western Kentucky. Today, Beshear said workers had some idea that a tornado had touched down in the area.
Based on accounts of those who have gotten out, and then also where we found people who haven't, that it appears most were sheltering in the place that they were told to shelter. We've heard some accounts, or I have, of moving to that area. I hope that area was as safe as it could be, but this thing got hit directly by the strongest tornado we could have possibly imagined.
And as for those residential search and rescue efforts, what they're asking people to do is go down to the Graves County Coroner's Office and give the names of loved ones who are missing, photos if possible, and then they're sending out search crews. They've got the National Guard, law enforcement, and volunteers going to those homes, assessing the situation, seeing if they need to get crews out there or trying to track the person down in some other way. I spoke to a woman earlier today whose brother is missing, and I'll have more about her story tonight at 11. For now, I'm live in Mayfield. Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.
All right, Mark, a constantly evolving situation there in Mayfield. Thanks for keeping us updated. The congregation at First Christian Church in Mayfield held a parking lot service after the tornado destroyed their building. They welcomed anyone who wanted to attend as the community grapples with its immense loss. They offered communion and words of encouragement. The church and just about every building surrounding it is a total loss. But the senior minister says now is not the time to lose hope.
Don't give up. Don't overinterpret what's happened here. It's awful. It's tragic. People who've lost loved ones, there is no way to take that pain away. I think you just have to embrace the pain and pray that God will guide you as you overcome it.
And volunteers from near and far were also in town serving food to those who have now been left homeless, and the first responders who are there assisting. In Bowling Green, National Weather Service officials confirm an EF3 ripped through the area, destroying homes and taking several lives. At least 12 people have died and children are included in that number. Search and rescue crews are still looking for missing people. Right now, 10 people are still unaccounted for. This as crews work on cleaning up the area. Initially, 24,000 people were without power, but according to the last update, about 5,600 people are still without power. Bowling Green Police Chief says the road to rebuild is going to be long, but he is thanking everyone who is helping along the way.
We can't do it alone. We can't do it alone. We couldn't do it without the outside support and help of other agencies. So thank you for everyone who supplied everything from water to sending manpower and resources, clothes. Our community is hurt. They're hurt bad, but we're going to respond with all the help that we can to restore that to Bowling Green.
As cleanup efforts continue, officials are reminding people to be careful and to watch for those downed power lines. In Louisville, people donated cases of water to help the tornado victims. The donations were collected before the Louisville and Kentucky women's basketball game at the Yum Center today. The drive was organized by University of Louisville, Kroger, the mayor's office, and SOS. Before the game, people came by the carloads to drop off cases of water. Some of the people not only donated water, but rolled up their sleeves and donated their time.
Just decided to, pull up a little bit and give my time. We're all Americans, we're all Kentuckians. We all got to rebuild back together. And honestly, this is incredible to see. It really is.
Anytime there's a tragedy, you always need water. So you need water, you need money, you need blood. So those are the three ways we're responding right now until we understand more clearly in the coming days what else is needed.
56 pallets of water were collected. It was enough to fill 2 UPS semi-trucks. UPS will now deliver the cases to people in Western Kentucky. And many of you are looking for ways to help those impacted. There are several ways to give. Right now, there is a dire need for blood donors. You can set up an appointment online right now. You can also donate money to the Team Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. Just go to teamwkyrelieffund.ky.gov. And our coverage of the deadly tornadoes continues tonight at 11:30. We'll, of course, have updates throughout the night on the free WLKY mobile app and at WLKY.com. I'm Drew Gardner. Have a great night.